Hey guys, this is John from US Dash Camera. It's going to be my review on the Blackvue DR650GW1 channel. So this is Pittasoft's most recent top-of-the-line single-channel camera. And it's based off the DR650GW2 channel, but of course it's only one channel, so it's just the front camera. Now since I have reviewed the 652 channel and the 552 channel, I'm not going to cover some of the stuff like the app, so I will include a link down below for my review that covers some of those extra special features. So here you can see this is a full 1080p 30 frames a second camera, has a true parking mode, built-in GPS, built-in Wi-Fi, supports up to 64GB memory cards, and has a 2.4 megapixel Sony Exmor CMOS sensor. So let's go ahead and open it all up. Pretty small box compared to the 2-channel version. The box is pretty much like the DR350 or the 3500. So it's an all black design just like the other 650 model, which a lot of people wanted since previous models are gray and could be seen in your car. I noticed that this camera was really hard to pull out and to put back into the mount. This isn't an issue I had with any other Blackvue camera I had, and considering all of the full-size Blackvue cameras use the same standard mount, I'm going to assume that this is just an isolated incident, but it was a little annoying pulling it in and out. So let's go ahead and look at the camera. This is the little lens cover. Up here we got the security light, which you can turn off. It'll flash blue while it's running if you don't turn it off. Here we got a little motion sensor to turn the audio on or off, and there's also a Wi-Fi LED on that side. We got a record and GPS LED, a speaker, and here on the side we got the memory card port, the power port, and the Wi-Fi on and off button. And the Wi-Fi button also can format the memory card if you hold it down long enough. So basically this is exactly like the other 650, but it's missing the port for the rear camera. It has all the same hardware on the inside though, including the 2.4 megapixel CMOS sensor. The 600 one channel had a lower megapixel sensor. Let's go ahead and look at the accessories. Some manuals and quick start guides, power cord, and the usual accessory bag. So here's just a little quick start guide for the Wi-Fi. Comes with many different languages. A manual, which I'm not going to go over. So Blackvue does make a hardwiring kit for this camera, and all of their cameras actually, but it never actually comes bundled with the camera in the box. But a lot of retailers, like Blackbox My Car, who I mentioned, sent this to me for review, usually include it with your purchase for just $20 extra, which is a lot cheaper than the regular price. So in standard Blackvue fashion, it comes with a memory card reader, an extra adhesive, and some cable clip adhesives. So now if you do get the PowerMagic Pro, that connects to your fuse box, and then the standard power cable that comes with the camera actually plugs into the PowerMagic Pro. So it makes the PowerMagic Pro pretty universal for any camera that uses this 12-volt socket connector. Now I want to quickly show what happens when you plug the camera in, because it does have quite a lot of great audio alerts. So I have already been using it at this point, and it does usually take about 5 seconds or so to start up.
Blackvue for your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
So you'll see all the different LED lights, like this one that flashes while it's running.
Audio recording disabled.
And there you can see I turned the audio recording off.
Starting audio recording.
And back on. Here we got the Wi-Fi.
On.
I have noticed that the Wi-Fi on the Blackvue cameras seems to take quite a while to start up. Even once it's blinking, you can't connect to it right away, or once it even stops blinking. So it does seem to take about 15 seconds or so from the time you turn the Wi-Fi on to the time you can connect to it. Once you connect to it, you can use the Pittasoft Blackvue app to watch videos or actually transfer files from the camera to your phone for backup, which I really love.
Audio recording disabled.
So there you can see I accidentally hit the audio recording because it's motion sensing. So I'll reformat the memory card and show you how long that takes. You should do this every once in a while. They recommend once a week or two, but I personally don't do it that often. So you just hold it down.
Formatting the SD card. Please do not turn off the power.
So it will take about a minute to go through this entire process.
Restarting the Blackvue.
As I mentioned the app before, you can actually watch a live feed, but don't expect it to be some sort of long distance live security system. It'll only work from about 40 feet away at most, and even less if it's through a wall.
Initializing the SD card. Please do not turn off the power.
But overall, the fact that the Wi-Fi and the GPS and all of these features are built into this one camera is really why I like Blackvue products. I don't like external devices, so if the GPS is external, I am very less likely to use it actually.
Blackvue for your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
So I've used several different Blackvue cameras now, and this time I wanted to come up with some sort of portable mounts that wouldn't require the adhesive. So here you can see this is a 3 suction cup mount designed for radar detectors. Now I used an adhesive and stuck it to the regular mount for the Blackvue, and this way I can take it on or off a windshield. The biggest issue though is it will vibrate a lot, so the video footage isn't going to be as still or as good as if it was mounted directly to the windshield. So there you can see the one on the right is the new 651 channel, and the one on the left is my 652 channel. Now for testing purposes, I did end up mounting it directly to the windshield to make sure I get good footage, but I am going to provide a link down below to the suction cup mount that I bought because I really like the Blackvue cameras and I always wanted a way to mount it portably or temporarily in another vehicle. So this is overall in the long run going to be cheaper than continuously replacing the adhesive if you're just going to use it in a car for a single trip or a single day. Now here's a quick look of it from the outside. It might be hard to see because of the reflections, but that is a good thing, especially since they're all black. You can see the 2-channel version with the standard mount is a lot more hidden. So now let's go ahead and look at some footage. Now, my big hope when I got this camera to test out was that since it's only 1 channel, that it would have a higher bit rate. But in fact, it actually has a lower bit rate than the front camera for the 652 channel. So that was really disappointing. From what I've heard from Alex from Black Box My Car is that Pittasoft is considering letting you choose a higher bit rate, and they have done that in the past. Even the 652 channel allows you to pick different bit rates, but if they don't, you're going to have to rely on some third-party firmware, and you can search on Dashcam Talk. There is a user there, Alex Soul, who makes custom firmware for all the different Blackvue cameras, and it provides a lot better image. But that's not to say this image is terrible. It does have overall good quality video, but the problem is with the low bit rate, with really fast moving motion, it starts to get pixelated, and that's always been an issue with the Blackvue cameras. Overall though, the reason I still continue to use my 652 channel up front is the fact that it has all of the other features like the Wi-Fi, the built-in GPS, the Wi-Fi app, and the true parking mode. And to this day, this is still my favorite form factor for a dash camera that doesn't have remote lenses. And I think in the future, companies are going to start using more remote lenses like the Street Guardian SG-ZC12RC, but we're probably going to see more 2-channel remote lens systems coming from companies like Blackvue. And like I said before, this camera does have a true parking mode, so you can use the G sensor or the motion detection in parking mode while your car is off if it's hardwired. And if it senses the G-shock motion, the recording is actually buffered, so it'll save 5 seconds prior to the motion or G-shock and then 25 seconds after. So that's really important for people that want to protect their car in a parking lot. So this clip is actually from the 652 channel, and like I said before, this camera actually has slightly higher bitrate, which disappointed me, but other than that they're pretty much the exact same hardware. So they're going to be virtually the same quality. Now, with the Sony XMO-CMOS sensor, you should expect pretty good night quality, and as you can see in this footage, my headlights show up very well. There's some street lights, but it's not like it's ridiculously bright. With a lot of other cameras, some of these stretches of road would be really dark, and my headlights don't show up on a lot of footage for other cameras. Now, if Blackvue could just get their 1080p cameras up to 15 megabits per second out of the box, they would personally be my favorite hands down camera. But since they have such low bitrate, that does make the footage suffer quite a bit. So that is part of the reason why I do have the Street Guardian SG-9665GC also up front, because if I really want to get good footage while I'm driving, I go to that camera. But like I said, this does have really good parking mode, and if you've seen my other videos, I actually use the 652 channel and the 552 channel as a 4-channel system because I really love Blackvue's parking mode more than any other cameras or brand's parking mode. So basically, if you go with the Blackvue camera, you're going to be sacrificing bitrate for a lot of other special features. But if highest quality video is what you want, then I would not go for a Blackvue. If you want built-in GPS, built-in Wi-Fi, a great Wi-Fi app, a great parking mode, but can live with just okay, decent 1080p footage, then I would definitely take a look at this camera, or the 2-channel version if you want a front and rear. But there have been full 1080p front and rear cameras for a while now, so you might want to hold off on the 652 channel and wait for a better 1080p front and rear camera from Blackvue. Overall, this camera brought a lot of stuff I like as usual from Blackvue, but like usual, it disappointed me in the bitrate. Overall, I would still recommend this camera. If you've seen a lot of my other Blackvue videos, I have always been a Blackvue fan, and I still am a fan of their cameras, but I still keep hoping that they're going to get their firmware or their bitrate up. So until then, if they don't ever do that, you're just going to have to rely on custom firmware from the Russian developers on Dashcam Talk. So I didn't cover the app like I said I wouldn't, because I've covered it a couple times actually, so I will provide a link down below to my 652 channel review where I did cover it much more in depth. And like I said before, this was provided to me for review by blackboxmycar.com. They've provided me many cameras for review actually, and since I'm starting to get a following on YouTube, I'm about to hit 500 subscribers, they do actually provide a coupon code for my viewers for $10 off any purchase of $80 or more, so check the description down below for that. But anyways, like I said, any of the Blackvue cameras I'm a big fan of, as long as you can accept that the bit rate is going to be quite a bit lower than a lot of other cameras out there, but it comes jam-packed with a lot of other features, and to me personally excels in all those other features over other brands. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you aren't subscribed, I would appreciate it if you hit like and subscribe. I got a lot of other reviews and dashcam footage, so drive safe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.